So hello everyone, this is the Sports Show podcast, and today we're joined with Garrett Smylie. How are you, mate?
What's happening, mate? All good, all good.
Oh, good. Very good. So just get straight into it then. What got
Yes,
you into
sir.
Muay Thai?
So whenever I first started, I actually started MMA first of all. So that I
Right.
trained in Fight Academy Ireland when I was about 14. Me and my cousin Kevin, we both started training up there because we used to watch the UFC back in the olden days before it was fucking cool. You know what I mean?
Yep.
We used to go up there and we had just went up. But in that time, there would have been no real kids or anything training. Like me and him would have been the youngest two, sort of. And we'd have been training with like Joe McCogan, Sean Crow, Carl Moore would have been up there back in the day, Pat McAllister, Stevie Kilfin, Joe Clark, and all the OGs, really, all the OGs of martial arts in West Belfast. And we just went up and got battered all the time, me and Kev. But it sticks by, like it does stick by, you know what I mean?
Yep.
But so I was doing that, and then I sort of liked the stand up stuff a bit more than anything else. I would have avoided the sort of jiu-jitsu and wrestling whenever I could, and mainly just try to focus on the stand up. I never even knew it was Muay Thai or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
Yep.
Joe Armstrong had 2 Muay Thai classes on a week, so I started going to them loads. And then eventually I was just like, I love this Muay Thai here. I said to Joe, is there a way I can just fight Muay Thai instead of fighting MMA for this here club? And he was like, oh, but he could only really sort of facilitate 2 training nights a week, and that's not really enough.
Yeah.
But my other brother, who was actually training Muay Thai full time in Jimmy Crawford's gym in Lanka, where I train now, and he was like, get down here to fuck. This is class. You're doing this 5 nights a week.
Yep.
But I was a bit loyal, I felt a bit of loyalty to FAI. So it took me away, and then I was like, right, I need to actually make my mind up here on what I want to do. So I ended up just moving down to Lanka, and ever since that, it's just been doing work for Lanka. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then my next question would have been, did you ever do any other sports? So was it just MMA you done, or did you ever play Gaelic or anything like that?
Done when I started Kaizen Jiu-Jitsu, or like sport Jiu-Jitsu, it would be like from when I was about 6 until about 12. Always done that. And then play soccer, play football. A few years, was never really too good at it, to be fair. It was alright, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it was just, I hated all the fucking bitchiness and all, like especially when you're a bit younger, like, you know what I mean? All the wee lads get on, like, they actually get on like me girls, to be honest with you. And I hated all that there. I used to get more nervous for football matches and training than I do for fights. Like, not even joking. I'd been sitting stomach and that, shitting like a fucking racehorse, for fuck's sake. before every match, mate, just in absolute nerves, in case I made a mistake. No, like, because it's a team sort of sport.
Yep.
So if you make a mistake, obviously everyone else cracks up at you. That's why I like fighting for it. It's obviously a team sport in terms of training together and all, like I say here, but if I make a mistake in the ring, it's on me. Do you know what I mean? That's why I like it. I don't like having to rely on other people, or else other people
100%.
having to rely on me.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
I don't really like that there.
Yeah. And then we'll just get on to the next question. What made you stick with Muay Thai then? Is it just because you prefer being on, not even sort of, what way could I put this? What'd you say there?
I just love it. I just love Muay Thai. I love Muay Thai. I still get asked now, why do you not do MMA? I fought MMA and stuff. I ended up going back to FAI, and about 2018, and done an MMA fight, and it was brilliant, unbelievable. Don't get me wrong. I love jiu-jitsu now. I would try and do a bit of jiu-jitsu and stuff whenever I can. Just my own training and PTs and all. I can't really risk it getting hurt, but when I'm older and stuff and don't fight anymore, I'll definitely do jiu-jitsu always. Jiu-jitsu is brilliant, so it is class. Did you do it yourself?
Nah, I haven't done it. No.
You should do it. It's unbelievable. It is unbelievable, I swear to God. But what was that? What was the question there?
What made you stick with Muay Thai?
Yes. People ask me now, like, why do you not do MMA and stuff? Because I love Muay Thai. Like, I love Muay Thai. It's what I love. You know what I mean? Like people say, oh, well, you're so good at this here Muay Thai, you could just go into MMA, and if you learn how to do this and how to do that. But it's not what I love to do. You know what I mean? Like, what gets me up out of bed every morning, like, if I'm sore and all, if I don't want to do it, is my love for Muay Thai is bigger than any other feeling I have. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. 100%.
And if you don't love something, especially in combat sports, if you're not 100% down for it, like you're fucked because you're gonna get hurt.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And
100%.
I couldn't get up out of bed if I'm sore and all to just go and wrestle. Like I fucking as amazing as it is, I just don't love it. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
Muay Thai is what I love.
Yeah. And then was there a main reason that you went professional in a Muay Thai?
Oh, I just had a few. For my starter, I was like, obviously, I want to do this here and go all the way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, obviously, I had an idea of what I wanted to do as a kid, but you don't have a clue of what it involves fully until you get a bit older and a bit more mature. But I always wanted to sort of go all the way with Muay Thai. Do you know what I mean?
Yep.
So, just had a few amateur fights, and then Jamie was like, right, we're going to fight. The way it works in Muay Thai, there's different levels of professional fights. It's like C class, B class, A class. And I got my first C class fight whenever I was, let me see, I was about 17 or 18, I think it was. And then you just progress. You know what I mean? It was never like it's not the same as boxing, as in you sign with someone and that's you go pro. Muay Thai is just one fight at a time. Unless you're saying to like one FC, you'll not be in a contract. Do you get me?
Yeah, I understand. So
so it's just progression, mate.
Yeah. Is that it? Is that all you're gonna say here?
Oh yeah, it's progression in terms of like working through the levels. That's why I didn't actually go right sit down and go, I'm gonna go pro. It was just right, your next fight you're gonna do C class. You know what I mean?
Yep. Would you say your most enjoyable fight would have been maybe your first one, or what one would you say was most enjoyable?
No, most enjoyable fight. Every fight I have now is most enjoyable fight. Like the last fight there was great crack. The fight before I was amazing. But I know my next fight's going to be even better. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They don't have one sort of fight that sticks out. They're all brilliant for different reasons. They all teach me different lessons and stuff. But I enjoy myself through all of them. But my first fight definitely wasn't the most enjoyable one. My first fight was I can't even remember it. It was just a blackout. You know what I mean? Just go buck mad.
So do you think as well, I think you've been fighting like over in England and stuff as well. Do you think obviously fighting over here, obviously where you're from, all your mates and all can go, do you think it's a lot better experience for you?
So again, mate, it's just different. Like the away days, mate, the away days are fucking class. The away days are brilliant. Like if I'm fighting in Glasgow or if I'm fighting in where else do I fight? Fighting in like Manchester and Bolton or whatever, they're brilliant because it's a whole weekend. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's a couple of days, but the home shows are good because everyone can go. Like the away days, I would be happy to take between 20 and 50 people away. That'll be brilliant. That's amazing. But when you're at a home show and you have hundreds of people coming, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's good that way. It's just good for different reasons. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. And then obviously Muay Thai's a lot different than boxing as well. But it's quite different. How long does your camp usually last before going into a fight?
So in terms of this here, right? We would just train. The camp word in Lanka is we don't even use that word, the camp word. So that's the thing. Fighters who use training camp, they are not living it. We train all year round, ready to fight. 365 days a year. It doesn't matter when it is. There's no training camps. Right. But in terms of like stepping it up, obviously you can't train 100% all the time. So, say I have a fight, I would say about 6 weeks. About 6 weeks would be the stepping up mark. You train hard all year round, then you can afford to just go and do what you want sometimes. Like I said, do you get me? The training camps. If you're only training whenever you have a fight, you're not going to get very far whatsoever. You have to live it all the time. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So the camp word in Legas doesn't go down well saying camp in front of Jimmy Crawford or Davy Mack.
So see, obviously your most recent fight last week, you're fighting at the Devonish. That atmosphere was incredible. I was at it myself.
Oh, wow.
That was my first fight of yours. I'm sure you've had some other amazing atmospheres, but do you think that was maybe? Do you see the atmosphere you get? Does that make you more nervous, or does that just make you more excited?
No, fuck. No. I love it. I love it. Brilliant. Unbelievable. Whether I have people that are screaming my name in support, or else whether it's people screaming the other guy.
Yeah.
if there are mate, pressure wise, it's unbelievable. It's a privilege. So I mean, pressure is a privilege. Like,
Yeah, and then obviously another big atmosphere will be Paul Hughes and Paddy McCorry's fight here, Cage Warriors here in June. It's going to be a cracker.
yeah, it's unbelievable, mate. I have a few quid. I don't know what the crack with Paul is, who he's fighting yet. I don't know what's been announced or anything. Like I said, I don't have the clue.
Don't think it
But
has.
Paddy's fight's obviously been announced against Jordan O'Neill, and I have a couple of £100 on him. So we're trying to get a bit of dough up here, make it more exciting. You know what I mean?
Class. What are you thinking then? Just knockout?
Paddy's going to knock me.
Love it.
Paddy's going to knock me. But that's we only care about knockouts. If Paddy goes to points and wins again on points, I'm not speaking. You know what I mean?
No.
We're all about knockouts.
Class. And then obviously Paul Hughes, he's massive at the minute. Along with Paddy McCorry as well, it's a big fight for him.
Yeah.
What do you think is next for them if they both win?
Well, Paddy's going to go into Cage Warriors and run them up next, so yes. Paddy's going to run an absolute muck in Cage Warriors, have a few fights, knock a few boys out, just keep the ball rolling. And I don't know what the crack is with Paul. He's a fight or two fights maximum from the UFC. Like, he can probably go to the UFC now in terms of, I don't know what's on the plate for him. I don't know. He obviously has his own management teams and all this here shit. So he could have an offer right now probably for the UFC. I would say, like, he's fully capable of it. Like, do you know what I mean?
Yeah, I think it's mad. Even just to say, I have a mate who's fighting UFC. It's bonkers, like, isn't it?
100%, mate. Though it's class. It's fucking cool, isn't it?
I know, especially
it's cool. Like, the next 5 years, mate. The next 5 years will be massive for all martial arts in Belfast. Muay Thai. Me and Niall's gonna make it massive. So we are. Me and Niall's gonna make Muay Thai very, very big, especially in Ireland.
Yeah,
but in MMA, then you have Paddy. There's loads of boys coming through at FAI. There's loads of boys coming through. They'll be up breaking on the Cage Warriors, and then Cage Warriors UFC. Do you know what I mean?
100%.
It'll be very big. The next 5 years are going to be unbelievable.
Yeah, and then we'll just go on to your I think your fight before maybe for the WBC Kelly. What a win! What a win!
It was a good scrap out there. It was a good scrap. I had it was actually got changed the week of the fight. I was supposed to fight a different guy, and it got changed, and it actually worked out. To be fair, it worked out a tougher fight, I think, to be honest with you, because the guy I was fighting before now, he was good, but just his style, like, I would school him. I would absolutely school him. Like, I would have literally played with him. Do you know what I mean? Whereas the guy who actually ended up stepping in was fucking tough, mate. He came into the fight, it was like 82 kilo or something. He was a fucking boss. So it was good that way. Like, it presented me with different problems that I wouldn't have had to face against John Wedderburn. John Wedderburn's a good fighter and all, as I said. No disrespect or anything, but I literally would have beat the cunt out of him, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But that other guy who stepped in, Malcolm Jack, his name, he presented serious problems, which made me obviously fight a different type of fight and show a different side of him again, which I wouldn't have had to do. If I was just fighting John, I would have just schooled him doing what I do always.
Yeah.
You get me?
Yeah, 100%. And then obviously your last fight, brilliant knockout, brilliant fight all around. What pushed you to go for the KO? Obviously, you're saying yourself, you love it.
I was hating the fuck out of it. Mate, don't actually know a funny story. I was like, see when I'm training for fights, I'll always like drill, like, in sparring and stuff, I'll always drill like question mark kicks, like I say, like head kicks and all, I guess. And see for that fight, I was doing mobility and stuff with Johnny Neeson, by the way, and my hips would always be quite nimble and stuff that way. I can't always head kick, to be fair, but that whole fight, I didn't throw one, just by coincidence, didn't throw one for training. No, in training, sorry, I didn't throw one head kick. And I was sitting in the shower a couple of days before, and I was like looking at my legs. I was like, I'm not gonna actually throw a head kick anymore. Like, I don't know if I can throw head kicks. And I was standing with Elizabeth in the kitchen after, and I was like kicking up beside the fridge, and I was like, Mrs. is here, though, sorry. And I was like, fuck me, can I even kick high anymore? But then that fight's obviously the only fight I've knocked someone out with a head kick. So I was just stabbing the fuck out of him. I was stabbing the fuck out of him with my tapes, and I seen his elbows coming down, and I was like, right, he's asking for it here. So I just went and just banged him with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know as well. Another one you mentioned there, another one of your mates, Niall McGreevy. He was in your corner.
Big Niall.
How does that feel, just to have one of your good mates just sitting in your corner pushing you on through?
Oh, me and Niall's best mates. Me till death, swear to God. Me and Niall do everything together. But me and Niall, Davey Mack and Jamie Crawford, mate, they're all my best mates. Do you know what I mean? Like, we just go wherever we have to go now. It doesn't matter what corner of the world we're doing it on, and just do what we have to do. You know what I mean? It's the best thing ever, mate. Yeah. Honestly, it's such a blessing like to be able to do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and one of the last questions would be: did you know before getting into Muay Thai of how sort of spiritual it was?
I always sort of knew there was that sort of spiritual side, obviously. But I don't really look too much into it. So I haven't, it's sort of like a Thai thing. I know a lot of Western fighters will obviously completely like engulf themselves in the whole sort of thing of Muay Thai, but I just do the violent bit. I don't really care about the spiritual bit, you know what I mean? Yeah. Because here, the Y crew and stuff, it's cool as fuck, don't get me wrong, and I'll maybe learn on Monday. Because here, like we danced to do before.
Yep.
But I know all the crack with it all. Like it's asking for blessings and stuff. Like I see here, and that's cool as fuck. That is cool as fuck. But I'll maybe learn one day and do one. Did you see Nal's one?
No, I haven't. No.
You not seen Nal's one? That?
No, I haven't seen it.
Funny as fuck. Me and Nal obviously train every Muay Thai session. Me and Nal do it together. So if he's doing Muay Thai, I'm there. You know what I mean? So for this year fight, he had against Max McVicker. It was 2 fights ago. And so I would know if he's practicing a Y crew. You know, that's what it's called, a Y crew. I would know if he's going to practice one. I'd be in the gym when he's in the gym. And he hadn't practiced one ever, right? So your man, Max McVicker, started doing one, right?
Yeah.
And Nal just sealed the ring. Remember, you seen me doing it? Sealing the ring, just walking around the ring?
Yeah.
So Nal done that bit. And then Max McVicker was doing a whole Y crew. And then Nal just started doing one. And me and Davey Mack and Jimmy Colford were like, what the fuck's he doing? We were like, but Davey was like, don't laugh, just keep it serious for him, just keep it serious. And then we were like, right. And he's doing it for about 30 seconds. And then he was like on his knees doing it. And he just stood up and went, fuck that. We were like, fucking hell, he's a fucking liquor. He's funny as fuck.
Class.
He's funny as fuck.
Well, the last question. What do you want next? What's next for you?
What's next for me? Just big names, mate. Big names. I want a UK number one. I want to be UK number one. And then I want serious European fights, and then world level fights. So that's exactly what I want. I mean, we want to do it the right way as well. Like I could fight now you could fight onions for some shit world title, some shit European title. There's not much titles floating about these days, mate. You know what I mean? You know yourself.
Yep.
We want to do it the real way. So we'll beat the top guy in the UK, then we'll beat the top guys in Europe, and then we'll beat whoever it is needs to beat in the world. We'll do that.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Thanks a lot for coming on, mate. I really appreciate it.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you very much.
You,
all right?
Yes, see you later.
All the best. See you later on.